Shit, I was going on for 5 fucking minutes. I was saying I had blood on my face because I killed Dana.
Oh, and you were muted again.
I'm muted. Let's try it again. Alright, we won't. So, I found something it's kind of cool. It looks like it's on my face. Let me try the. This is like really crazy. These freckles. These look horrible. I don't get many freckles as I used to. I mean, I'm getting some on top of my head, even though you can't tell. But I used to get stuff looking like this a little bit, maybe about 25% of this. And also my mouth is weird. I guess it's because of this stupid thing. Let's see here. Hi, I'm gay and I'm a big fatty. I'm a goth guy. There. I'm a clown. I'm a demon juggalo. ICP forever. Yeah, Chris V. I had freckles. I'm not your clown anymore, am I? Hey. Let me take your stupid hat off now. Looks better like this. We're gonna play some music. We're gonna play some hippie music. Far out. Hello, John. Chris V. X-Ray. Shut that boy up. I hate this. Kill the dogs. Kill them. Now, how do I turn this off would be a good question.
I thought you knew how to turn it off.
I don't know how to turn it off. Not really. Ooh. Arrow releases, huh? Oh, my. Kill the dogs. Kill them. Okay, how do I get it off? Uh-oh. There I am. Uh-oh. He's ripping that fence apart. A dumb dog. Well, he's killing the fence. He's biting and ripping apart a wood fence. Let's wait until the world is over of this.
The dog, I guess they made it go in next door.
Okay.
Here.
Hey, everybody. Ah, fuck. He does. He hates the fence.
No, he hates that dog.
But anyway, yeah. Of course, everybody is talking about the big announcements of future releases. And I think the top one of everyone is talking about is a movie called L.A. Age Jabber. So let's take a look at that. Rage and Fury? Oh, it's hell high. The 4K of House on the Edge of the Park? No. Oh, shit. Here we go. LA face jabber. Well, shit, fuck. Face, yeah. Yeah, John, that was shot on video. And if you watch it from the rip that I watched, it seems like it's 8-bit. It's very, it hurts your eyes. Yeah, Darren. Oh, shit. Thank you, Dark Light. Since you gave money, I'll...
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dark Light Super Chatted $2. Tombs of Blind Dead versus John Carpenter's The Bog.
In my opinion, I prefer Tombs of the Blind Dead. I know I'm in the minority there, but of course, The Fog is a vast superior movie, but I don't know. Maybe I'll reconsider. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's it's a superior movie, but, you know, there's something about The Blind Dead. But, anyway, L.A. Jabber's coming out in August. And what it's about, L.A. Age Jabber, if you don't know what it's... Yeah! Exactly. If I was going to be in wrestling, I would be a jabber. So this teenager gets AIDS from a test, and then he starts jabbing people with AIDS-infected blood. People he doesn't like and so forth. And it's pretty insane, pretty inappropriate, and pretty nuts, and it's pretty funny, of course. But, I don't know how that's going to look on Blu-ray. I want to see that. But anyway. Yeah, Tenebrae, $65. Yeah. That's right, John. It is a kids movie. The Kids. I used to watch that, and it's very, very... it's being put out by something called Visionary Vengeance, so I've never heard of them, so maybe they're shady, I don't know. But, yeah, it's very Severin. You can put it right next to Captain Ron, or is it Overboard, whichever one they released. But, yeah, Tenebrae, it's like 3 different releases. And... let's see here. I don't know why. Okay. Let's get away from the LA Jobber. And let's go back in here so I can fix this. There we go. Definitely, can't wait to get that. Everybody's really crazy about this version, but to me, I don't really care for this version as far as the artwork. I know this Noah guy didn't like it. So it looks like there's you got was it Diabolic and Synapse are releasing these 2 versions here, and Arrow's putting out their own version, which they're saying it's 35 pounds, but I would assume that's going to be 11. It's going to be about $40 maybe. 40 something dollars. And their version was not too bad. And then that's Hell High. I've never seen that, called Raging Fury. But anyway. So what is this? This is the Arrow version. And to me, obviously, I think you're missing a few things possibly, but fuck it. I'll let Dana. Dana's a bigger fan of Tenebrae than me. I got the Synapse Blu-ray Steelbook, and I'm okay with that. Oh, that's cool, Red. Yeah, there's so much stuff on YouTube. It's almost its own little thing as far as movies. And if you like, they don't have a lot of ones that I like, but they do have Wu-Tang Clan. It's got like tons of martial arts movies on there. A lot of them are the cheaper Taiwan versions of martial arts movies, and some of them are good and some of them are horrible. And then every once in a while they'll have a couple cool movies. Yeah, Duel is awesome. I need to rewatch it again. It's been years. I think I have it on a Svengoolie downloaded. As I was stating before the dogs went nuts, my antenna must have gotten destroyed because it was missing some of those pokes. And so I'm going to have to purchase a new antenna before I can record anything, because it was just freezing HD TV is pretty fragile as far as getting it over the airwaves. I'm okay with this, man. I mean, I don't know. Do you need all the jazz? Favorite Charles Band movie? Well, I don't know, man. Did he direct the original Trancers and stuff like that? Is just real. I like that. I used to really be into Full Moon back in the VHS days. You know, get the new Puppet Master, get the new Full Moon, and like the Nether Worlds or whatever that one was, but this is a completely different one. Is this from Arrow? I guess it is. So I guess it would be down to these two. I don't know which one I like better. Maybe this one, to be honest, but Dana's going to be buying it, so it ain't going to be me. And, of course, we got the House of the Edge of the Park 4K coming out from 88 Films. I just bought the Blu-ray from Severin. I'm not getting no, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And there's another Hell High. The Sacred Spirit. I don't have no clue. This one is a real weird one that came out of left field. When they were doing the Giallo Essentials, it was basically just repackaging, and then these are, as far as I know, are all new releases from Arrow. But they're like $60-something. I mean, that's a little too much for me at the moment. Maybe I might hold off for a while and see if it goes down. But I have seen the Killer Reserves 9 Seats, and I think it was pretty decent. I might have seen the Smile Before Death, but I don't think so. I definitely have not seen The Weapon, The Hour, and The Motive, even though I do have copies of these downloaded, but I don't know how good they look. Obviously, you would want to see them, so that might be something I'll look into. No Sequest. Basketball. And then, of course, Fright Night. Or not Fright Night. Oh, that's cool, Darren. At least that's 2 out of 3, right? Yeah, I don't have a Blu-ray RoboCop, so I don't know. I'll just probably end up getting the regular 4K if I end up getting that one. So over at Texas Frightmare, Bridget LeHaye is over there. I've seen some things. Let's see. That's not bad, I guess, for autographs. $20 for first two items. Includes a picture on your phone. Yeah. Well, that's cool, Darklight. Got them on the VH. Got on the VH. So apparently, I guess the Faceless is the 4K? I thought it was a 4K. But I think Jess Franco directed that one, and if that would be one more that he made. No, Blair. Even if I had the time and stuff, in money right now, I don't have the time or the money. Maybe one of these days I'll get to go to Texas Frightmare. Texas was fun as far as Austin, but but not anytime soon. Well, John, the Best Buy nearby, there's at least 2 Best Buys in Louisville that I'm aware of, and then the one that we usually go to, their area is shrunk down so much, it's ridiculous. There's hardly anything there other than a couple displays. So ours is really bad. The other one, I don't know. Yeah, make a flick. Make a nonsense. There we go. Age Jabba. So I did see about this. Oh my God, they are releasing it, Dana. The syringe. LA AIDS Jabber syringe. Well, I think the Chiller Network is gone, but yeah, we do get Comet. I don't get Comet over the air. We got it through Sling. Sling TV has Comet, so yeah, I watched some of that. I skim through it and see some things. No, hold on, we gotta let Crazy Dog in. Easy, Reginald. So you do get some contaminated AIDS blood and a pen. Virus not included. That is bogus. Yeah, Chiller was pretty good. But I guess I thought they were part of like NBC, or I'm not really sure, but I thought perhaps they just got absorbed and they moved. Comet does play some crazy movies. They do play a lot of horror movies. I know I saw Dolls or something playing one time. So I saw this, and I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I saw 4K, and I was like, Conan the Barbarian or something's coming out. There's a Red freaking Sonja. No thanks. So, I don't know about. I've never seen Suburban Sasquatch, so, but I've definitely seen. I've definitely seen LA AIDS Jabber. And it's something else. Visual Vengeance. I never even remember seeing these. So apparently, I don't know what's going on here. Are they going to release another Blu-ray of Messiah of Evil? I'm a little confused. I need to watch some of these Tiger Cage movies. I thought I saw some of them, but this is a pretty good low budget movie. All about evil. It's got Elvira in it, apparently. That's cool. Man, she was hot as fuck back in the day. It is 4K. Can you believe that shit? You get to see Chris Mitchum and Carolyn Monroe in 4K in a Jess Franco movie, I think. I gotta find out if that's really a Jess Franco movie. I think it is, but yep, Jesus Franco. I forgot that fucking Helmut Berger is in it, and Telly fucking Savalas. Are you kidding me? That is insane. And I guess they're releasing a Blu-ray or something of Dracula versus Frankenstein. I don't know, I guess editions only 70, so I guess you're not be getting those fuckers unless you go there. And that's not a very good movie, but it is, I don't know, it's something. I saw this as well. Mondo's releasing these 3 Spanish horror movies. Horrible Sexy Vampire, Other Side of the Mirror, and Love Brides of the Bloody Mummy, which this one seems the most interesting to me. I think I've seen the Sexy Vampire. But after looks like they'll be going in June or something. That's a good one if you haven't seen it. Sherlock Holmes meets Sigmund Freud and the 7th Sense Pollution. After Yang, before Wang, in the Big Bang. So, before I forget, let's talk about the Blind Dead, Tomb of the Blind Dead. That's more of the usual artwork. And I will say that the steelbook is beautiful. You get a little, I don't know what this one is. You get a catalog, and then I guess this is a little booklet about the Blind Dead. Oh, I get the soundtrack. Well, it's missing the one Blu-ray. Get the soundtrack, so I couldn't tell what this was. And I'm not really sure. I guess this could be just extras. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the U.S. theatrical version. The other is a kind of integrated version with Spanish and English dialogue. But now, if you haven't seen any of these films, they're really fun. I mean, there's 4 of them, and then there's someone made one like 10 or 12 years ago, and it's not. I haven't seen it, but the whole premise of it doesn't lend itself to be very good, but I could be wrong. But this is the first, and then basically these guys are the Blind Dead, and they are Templar Knights who in the past I guess came back, and they were converted into like devil worshipping, and they sacrifice women and stuff, and that's Dana. They're gonna sacrifice her.
No, I can't on my phone. I just had it.
One of the dogs stole her phone and probably.
Probably when that ruckus went on outside.
All right, stand by. I'll call it. Yeah, right now. There. Anyway, what happens in every movie? Leave. Get him out. Leave. He's extra barky for some reason. But every movie has its own little precursor of what happened to these knights, and they're different. But in this one, they basically, the townspeople capture them and hang them, and the crows and something eat the eyeballs out. It's lovely, dark light. This dog wakes me up at 5 in the morning all the time. This monster. Don't come over here. Acting nice. You've done bit me and everything else. Anyway, the beginning of this movie is, and this movie is a little different than the rest. Every movie is a little bit different from each other, so you're getting a lot of crazy differences. But these two girls who are friends, and they actually accidentally meet at this resort or something, and one girl has a guy with her. I don't even know if they're boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know. He looks like Emperor Burke Humperdinck, a singer from the 70s. His hair. Well, anyway, they get on a train together and they're going somewhere. I have no clue. But we didn't figure out that these, the new girl is kind of getting the hots for the guy, and the guy is having hots for her, and the other girl's getting upset about it, even though they're not really together. But then we have a flashback that the two girls had a little bit of lesbo stuff going on between them, and I guess one of them's uncomfortable with that. So the one girl, the hotter of the two, jumps off the train and just walks somewhere. She ends up in the crypt of this really abandoned area. I don't know what the hell to call it. It looks like a cathedral, but out in the middle of Spain somewhere. And when she gets there and she just makes herself at home, sleeping and stuff, and then for some reason the guys, the blind dead, wake up, and she doesn't last too long, and her friends come, the guy and the girl come looking for her and stuff, but the police were there. Apparently, the girl ran away, and then the blind dad chased her down. Now they're blind, right? But somehow they can hear, but they don't have ears because they're skulls. You understand? So it's a very and then unlike other Blind Dead movies, the one girl kind of comes back to life, which you never see in any other of the Blind Dead movies. I'm pretty sure that once they kill you, that you're dead and you don't come back as a zombie. But anyway, and for some reason they keep going. They're trying to figure out who killed her and stuff. And this guy and the girl, they hire these people, ruffians, to take them back there, even though they went themselves. I don't know why they needed them to take them back. And in one of the disturbing sights is the Chico guy, whatever his name is. He rapes the girl in the graveyard, and then afterwards they just sit there quietly, and then the blind dead get up and get him, and then the girl runs away, but she never mentions being raped. and it goes on from there. I gave away most of the movie, but there's a little bit more to it. Not much more. Now I need to check up the extras. I didn't get a chance because I was super lazy today. And I can't even read this. But $50, pretty much. Now you could have got this from Diabolic, but it's going to cost you a couple extra bucks. They sell it for like $48, but you got to pay $5 shipping. So you might as well just get it from Synapse for $49.99 or $49.95, that includes the shipping. So I mean, if you're a fan of the movie, as far as the picture quality, it starts off pretty rough looking and very grainy, but that seems to be a norm for a lot of the films like this, that the beginning of the reel is really rough looking, but then within a very small amount of time, it gets to, you can see the restoration that they did and stuff, and it looks really good. The colors look awesome. There's some really cool lighting in this mannequin factory or something, like Giallo lighting, like the red and stuff. It looks really good on the screen, so I would definitely recommend it. Now, I will say that I like this one, but for some reason, I think I still like the second one, The Return of the Blind Dead, or in the other title was Return of the Evil Dead. It's more, that movie is more like a Night of the Living Dead kind of clone as far as its story. This village is celebrating, but then the Blind Dead attack and stuff. So, but I like that one. The Ghost Galleon, which a lot of people don't like, is really good to me, and it takes place on an old ship with the Blind Dead were on, and it's got Jumpin' Jack Taylor, so obviously that's a good sign, you know. So the last one I'm not a big fan of, but it just doesn't seem that much action in it, but I could be wrong. My memory may be failing me, which everything is. I just didn't care for it as much, but maybe I'll rewatch it. And I think Synapse put out a Blu-ray of it a while back, and it's a weird title, Night of the Seagulls, which doesn't really fit in with the other three films. But, definitely you can look around on the web and find the films if you want to review them. They did come out in the Brentwood sets back in the day. The Ghost Galleon came out, and it was thought Terror of the Zombies or something like that. I can't remember the title they had it under. Of course, the prints on there are just really crap. But, it's a good way to watch a movie without spending too much money. But who knows? Those Brentwood sets, I don't know. Are they worth any money anymore? Back in the day, there was, tons of them out there. And I'm thinking maybe that was why, maybe they got into public domain or something. I'm not really sure. But that's my 2 cents. There you go. Now what? Let's go back to 7. I kind of like that movie. I used to like a lot of Sherlock Holmes movies. This one and The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes was quite cool to me. They used to show them on TV all the time. Oh. This one is pretty cool. Huh. I think this is supposed to be some kind of giallo. Like comedy or spoof or something. On the Run. This one I'm a real big fan of. I thought I had the DVD of it, but if I do, I don't have it in the house. I was wanting to watch it last weekend because it's really kick-ass, but it looks like 88 Films is putting it out, so maybe I'll get this. Don't know what that is. Don't know. And apparently, I thought that Vinegar Syndrome already had a halfway to Black Friday sale, but no. I guess it's there's another one. I am not watching Good Burger. I'll let Crater watch that. There's the 88 Films Night of Ice, or Knife of Ice. Yeah, that documentary. I I think I have that somewhere, but I don't know. I need to look. I saw Beware the Brethren. I don't know. Hitcher in the Dark is coming out from 88 Films. £25. Oh. The big guy is here. He's saying quit making fun of Crater. Okay. I was just saying he has an affinity for Big Burger or Good Burger and Doug. Salute your shorts and other childhood things. Killer Moon. I've seen this one, but I'm not super big fan of it. Yeah, here's some Scream Factory or Shout Factory. You got the 1978 version of Doctor Strange, which it might be fun to watch it all cleaned up. Or I need to really look and see if I have some of these on my library. Oh, well, I'm sure DeadPit on Patreon will get a Good Burger Steelbook to add to his collection. Tickle me, DeadPit on Patreon. Some more Jess Franco, Christopher Lee collabs. Well, at least that one. Bloody Judge. Well, Blair, we can only hope so. Maybe with a Chinese cast would be good, but I don't know how they can relate that. Maybe good lo mein. I don't know. Yes, sir, I did DeadPit on Patreon. Tiers start at $1. I'm okay with my Blu-ray. I'm not doing any more. Well, that's cool, James. If you've seen Knife of Ice, I don't like that twist, to be honest with you. I don't know why I don't like it, but everything else is good in the movie. Well, I can't get this release from Umbrella if I want to spend some money. But I know the Kino released. I've got one of these films in one of the Vincent Price sets, but I didn't get the any of the other sets, so I didn't get the Dr. Phibes in that. I do have a Dragon Sound T-shirt. It's a little large though. It's like an extra large, and I do have a Blu-ray of it, but I'm not going to. Umbrella's releasing the fuck out of everything. Wow. DeadPit on Patreon is giving you all guys a sneak preview. They're going to be reviewing the Dr. Phibes films. Phibes films. Some Dog Soldiers from Second Sight on 4K, which the movie's okay, but I'm not in the religion of or the cult of Dog Soldiers. Some more TV films from Kino Lorber. The B movies of the 70s. There's a lot of. They announced that the Killer Bees were coming from South America, and we're all going to be living in fear of bees, but that never happened. James, you're a naughty. You're a cheeky monkey over there talking about nude Carol Baker. Blair's talking about Good Burger versus Clerks 2. Well, I would have to go with Clerks 2 because of Rosario Dawson's bouncy boobies. Uh-oh. I guess this is for the TV series of Chucky. which is definitely better than what you would expect. But I probably wouldn't give a shit about getting, I just wanted to watch it. And another 4K. Oh, is it good to work with Kino? I wouldn't know DeadPit on Patreon because that's not been forwarded to me, the work. Yes, sir. We are what we are, James. I agree. We like what we like. Another Without Warning Blu-ray. I don't know why they needed that, but okay. The Whore, which is an interesting movie. I actually saw a movie with Teresa Russell. Fuck. I can't even remember the name of it. Damn it. It's the one with Art Garfunkel. Bad Timing. And I really just thought she was hot as fuck in that movie. And this is another Ken Russell movie, her husband at the time. But definitely a lot different. Get Carter. Looks like BFI is releasing that on 4K, so you can still get it, though. BFI does good work. Oh. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, the film itself is, I'm not saying, he obviously got skill and, it's just not it's a downbeat movie. Beyond anything other, it's really ultra depressing. And I don't need to see it that often. I haven't seen it in years, and I don't really have an urge. And of course, now we're getting a sneak preview of old Curly Jaws is making his MWO debut for Derby Week here in the Kentucky area. Of course, I've only seen the Get Carter, the superior version with Sly Stallone. I'm sure Michael Caine is okay in this. No, I haven't seen that one either. I'd be more interested in seeing the original. I do want to see this movie, The Northman, but I don't want to go fucking spend a day in a theater. So I guess I'll wait until it comes out. It looks fucking awesome, but I'm not going to spend 4 hours in a theater with fucking trailers and all the other bullshit. So, and of course, Silvio Christi and Naked Over the Fence coming soon from Called Epics. Some more TV movies, I believe. What's going on?
I'm just seeing if they're ready to come in.
They're in? I thought they were in.
Oh, Brandon, you went out there with your rat.
And Invaders from Mars is getting a 4K. I could care less about that. Giant was pretty good. I watched it a very long time ago, but, I'm not looking to buy that. Let me see. They had discount prices. No. Wow, man, you can save $1. Are you shitting me? On the 4Ks? Ants. Another TV movie. Kino Lorber is knocking it out of the park with these TV movies. We need to do something, guys. And we need to do it now. Doctor Strange. I'll be watching that maybe next weekend. The Cockfighter, guys. The Virgin Suicides. What a great film. That's right, Dead Pit on Patreon. Tiers start at $1. Kino Lorber is on red alert for multiple fires of all the good stuff. All we could do is wait till in the next few weeks until the next Kino Lorber sale.
They're gonna have like 5 of them before Black
Strawberry Mansion, everybody. Yeah, we want to see Porky's 3, man. That graduation scene where that chick drops her outfit. I mean, it's out to the theater, Red, but I don't know anything about else. This looks like a great Music Box Movies. Are you shitting me? Music Box Films. There we go. You get a hybrid audio track. Yeah. Virgin Suicides, it can't be like a laugh riot. I think I've watched some of that. Like it was on one of the channels back in after it ran at the theater. It's like, fuck. And it's about a bunch of girls that kill themselves or something. Obviously, but fuck, who gives a shit? Oh, they're going to do, speaking of laugh riots, Dead Pit on Patreon is doing the Entity fan commentary later. It's going to be fun. It will be fun. Demon rape and ghost rape is always fun. So you got to stay up late for those. You don't want to miss out on Barbara Hershey getting raped by an entity from beyond. Damn it. Are we repeating? Oh, yeah, here's another one from Blue Underground. They're re-releasing a surprise. God told me to. Because Bill Luzik told him to. We're going to release it again. That's right, Chris V. The Entity has nothing on Cat 3 films. There's another cover. It still freaks me out, Darren. It freaks me out. There you go, boys. The Sadness. Dead Pit on Patreon needs to watch The Sadness. It's going to be good. You want to see The Sadness is the most violent and depraved zombie movie ever made, said Rue Morgue magazine. Have you seen the chick that's running Rue Morgue, or is the editor? She's like that Jana Vonkenich, but she's like, this one's a brunette, and she got tattoos, obviously. But she's pretty hot. Andrea or something. I like that cover better, but, I think you can buy this on Diabolic. I mean, you could look. Maybe it's sold out now. I think if you buy 3, you get an egg roll. So, I mean, you got to buy. So, are they going to release these 2 movies as separate entities? I thought that they were going to. Why couldn't they just put it together? But I really like the Heroic Trio movies, the 2 movies, even though this one is obviously not as good. The reason it's not as good is for the main part that it goes to a post-apocalyptic movie for some reason, and it does not. I don't like it as much, but I probably will get it at some point. There you go. Some more Hammer. The Entity is on 1 disc? You mean they did not separate that like fucking Forrest Gump or something on two discs? To get the best quality of that rape? Now we're getting into some good stuff. The Mardi Gras Massacre. We're getting into the good stuff now. So let's get. Ooh. If they need to do this on 4K. This is one of my favorite movies, man. Desperado, the music, everything is fucking perfect on this film. And Selma Hayek is voo voo voo. Well, you're the grouch in the trash can, Mr. DEADPIT on Patreon. If you want to get into it, if you want to take this off camera and off stream, we can, but we'll keep it on the up and up for now. Insulting people. There's some Doctor Who movies with Peter Cushing, which was weird. But, you know. Everything relates back to wrestling for you, doesn't it, DEADPIT on Patreon? Everything. And here we go, the monkeys. That's complete. Does it come with head? Death Game, I'm not a big... I'd rather watch Knock Knock, if you know what I'm saying. Well, anyway, let's get this shit over. Let's go back to the fun cam. Hey, it's fun cam. Yay. It's fun cam.
Well, that was sudden. Hold on, I'm going to get my other energy drink.
Dana's got to get another energy drink because he likes them drinking them energy drinks. Wrestling for life? Yeah. I've been trying to... I'm behind so much. Yeah, Stream Elements. Hey, DEADPIT on Patreon, I got $2 super chat. Add that to my compensation. But there's some wrestling called Warrior Wrestling that's up in South Bend, Indiana, which I know is probably not South Indiana. But they have fucking Will Ospreay coming in and doing shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I would love to fucking see that. But I'm not going to be driving 3-4 hours. But that would be cool. I think I leaned forward too much. Oh, Dana's here. Will you put on some pants? Wearing booty shorts around here.
Steve likes it.
You're acting like a certain movie by Ken Russell.
Huh?
Nothing. Dana Lynn, everybody.
What movie did Ken Russell make?
It's called A Gorgeous Girl. I was just kidding.
Oh, I wish I was, but sadly, no. I didn't know Ken Russell made one called that.
He didn't. I just said that. Dana Lynn, everybody. Dana.
You think you can take care of them dogs for a little bit?
I guess they ain't making no noises. Your birds are squawking.
Are they both squawking or just one of them?
I don't know. They stopped when I got in here.
Sorry, guys. This camera is fuzzy as shit.
Is it?
It looks like it.
I thought it looked pretty decent. You don't think it looks decent?
Look how all those artifacts in
All right,
there.
move for a second. I blew it up.
You blew it up. Well, you made it look shitty, Steve.
Hey, you can go.
Hey, Darren.
There. Better?
It's so fuzzy. Mine's not fuzzy.
Then you can go do it over there then.
Which one are you using? Are you?
Oh,
using...
yeah, there is a free. There is a free show on Pluto. I remember reading that somewhere.
What is it? Wrestling?
Wrestling, yeah.
Okay. Steve thinks he's funny. What are you trying to be like Bruce Campbell?
No. Is that a delivery?
You know what? It may be.
All right, I'm gonna go get a delivery. I got a delivery, guys.
Anybody want to take bets on what it is? We don't know. I think it's because Steve keeps it so dang dark in here, and then he says that I use my light, which he's got a light, but he's got it pointed up, which virtually sheds no light on the person that's doing these live streams. So I don't know what the deal is, but whatever. Steve kind of stole my thunder because he already talked about the LA age jabber, which I kind of wanted to talk about how crazy it was, but there's probably no reason for me to repeat it since he already talked about how crazy it was. I don't know what that noise is in there, but anyway, I don't know if Steve talked to y'all about Joe Bob's show last night. Probably not, because he didn't watch it. Right, Steve? What?
You gonna see what I just got?
Sunglasses. Oh, no.
I think it's shit because I don't know why it went off.
Well, maybe it was wanting us to give a review of something we already got.
Everybody shut up.
Steve's yelling at the dog. Gosh. Hold on, everybody. All right, Reg, you can go out. Behave. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. I doubt very seriously that Steve talked about the last drive-in, which returned last night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Joe Bob actually showed both movies I was actually interested in. Usually it's either one or the other that I'm interested in. When Steve found out what the first movie was, he went to bed. So, this was Joe Bob's, like, I guess, his 40th anniversary or 40, you know, he's been doing this stuff for 40 years. Steve said he thought he'd been doing it longer than 40 years, but evidently not. So it was kind of like Joe Bob's, I guess, broadcast birthday or whatever. Or, you know, movie critic birthday, or I don't know what you call it. But anyway, they were celebrating that. And I think they were also celebrating the 100th movie that they had shown on the last drive-in, I believe. But I don't know what Steve's doing, but the TV is so loud back there. Steve, Steve, does the TV have to be that loud?
What?
See, you can't even hear me because the TV's so loud. I said, does the TV have to be that loud?
Morgan McGarvey.
Who the hell is
He's
that?
running for Congress.
I don't know who he is.
Kentucky. Morgan McGarvey.
Was that one of them commercials?
It was a
Y'all,
commercial.
please.
Everybody, let's go outside and play.
You better get that right.
Morgan McGarvey.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let me take a breath again. It's like just insane. Well, nothing wrong with that, Red. What are you cooking? I made some, this is a departure from what I was talking about, but I got totally sidetracked because Sammy can't be quiet. But anyway, I made some Rolo Pretzel Delights. Basically, you put a Rolo on top of one of those little pretzel twists, and you cook it in the oven at 250, which is a very low temperature, of course, for an oven, and for 3 to 5 minutes. And then when you get them out of the oven, you press a pecan half on the top, and it's pretty good, especially if you're a type of person like turtles, the candy turtles, not like real, like animal turtles. But Red retracted both of his messages. But anyway, back to Joe Bob. He actually last night he showed Night of the Living Dead, the original Night of the Living Dead, which Tom Savini's version is great as well. But I was actually glad that Joe Bob showed Night of the Living Dead last night. The George Romero classic. Darcy was talking about one movie that she swore up and down that they'd showed before, and maybe that was Night of the Living Dead, because I want to say I don't recall them showing the other movie, which was Anthropophagus, or the Grim Reaper. Bunk, I think Steve did already talk about Tombs of the Blind Dead. If it was me saying, I would say no. But since Steve's a bigger fan of those movies than me, I'll let him come in here. Hey, Steve. Somebody's asking about Tombs of the Blind Dead, and they probably would rather have your opinion. They want to know if it's worth a blind buy or not.
In my opinion, yes, but you may want to see if you can get a DVD of it, but before you purchase a $50
I would
Blu-ray.
say see if you could find a download of it. Don't even bother buying a DVD. But what?
What's that guy's name? Marvin.
Oh gosh, Marvin McGarvey's gonna get
Marvin McGarvey.
it. Or whatever the heck his name
That's
is.
it, Marvin McGarvey.
I thought it was Morgan McGarvey.
Okay, it's Morgan McGarvey.
I don't know. I don't care.
But yeah, I probably would find a way to watch it before. I wouldn't spend $50 on this because it may not be your cup of tea.
Shit, did you spend $50 on that?
Yeah, it's a steelbook from Synapse. Are you shitting me? You know that they're $50.
Yeah, I guess so.
Those Tenebrae ones are going to be cheaper from Arrow.
Why? Oh, from Arrow.
But they're not those. It's different artwork, but fuck.
Yeah, come on in here.
It's probably going to be around $45, $50.
Steve, I'm totally distracted and sounding like an idiot on here because I keep distracting.
I'm sorry, but you know which one is the problem?
Well, Reggie come through here like a bullet. Okay. So, John, you said you the Joe Bob stuff. You watched the Joe Bob stuff today, and it was a good first episode. Yeah, I tried to stay. I've been, as I told you guys before, I started a new job recently, and I'm getting ready to start my third week Monday, but I'm going to be in new employee orientation training like Monday and Tuesday, so I won't really be working per se. I'll just be in the orientation for new employees. There's actually going to be 3 of us from IT because they originally planned to hire in two help desk people, and then they got the go-ahead to have 3 help desk people. So now we'll be fully staffed in on the help desk. So that's going to be good. But anyway, what I was getting at is I tried to stay awake, fully awake during both movies last night, but to be honest, I couldn't really do it, so I was going in and out of both movies. Anthropophagus mostly, because the whole show was on until like 2:30 in the morning, and so I was just I could hardly hold my eyes open, and not because it was boring or anything. And Joe Bob had a couple of surprise guests that I won't give away unless you guys want me to, in case there's somebody on here that didn't see it and doesn't want to know who the two surprise guests were. So I was kind of hoping that Darcy would show the stuff that I sent, the candle that she bought, and then the stickers that I sent to her and Joe Bob, along with the candle. But I don't think they mentioned me. I think there were 2 letters read, and then Darcy gave him the Anthropophagus or Grim Reaper plush doll or whatever that has like the guts on the outside or whatever. Those are cool when they came out, but I missed out on getting one of those. Oh, Lord, hold on, guys. I was gonna let him in, but Raina, let's get your wrap on, bub.
Come on.
There you go, Brand. Hopefully this will be the last time somebody has to get up. Oh, and Bunk, I would definitely agree with you there. Tenebrae is a must buy. I told Steve, since he wasn't as big a fan of Tenebrae as I am, that I'm going to get the 4K. And then we can both like share in the goodness that is Tenebrae in 4K. So I'm planning on buying that one, but you're more of an 80s Argento guy, Bunk. I mean, I like his 70s stuff too, obviously, like Deep Red and stuff, but pretty much all of Argento's early stuff I do enjoy. But I'll tell you guys, it's like, I must be getting too old to switch jobs and go to new jobs, because I'm happy to be there with Stockyards Bank and Trust, and I'm happy to be in the IT department, and happy to be making more money and all that, but I don't know when my body is going to adjust, because I just can barely move by the time it gets in the early evening hours even. And you're talking about a person that prior to me taking this job, I could stay up till midnight or after sometimes and, still not feel too bad the next day. But since this new job, I can't hardly go.
Can't hardly go.
Yeah.
Hey, you can go to YouTube, White Slaves of Chinatown. They have a Mexican slasher on there, Dana.
Okay.
Mexican. Like Morgan McGarvey. Morgan McGarvey.
I don't think Morgan McGarvey is a Mexican slasher. But anyway. I do like the entity, Wes, but I just don't know. Ugh. No matter how much I want to, I just have such a hard time just staying awake anymore. I mean, I don't go to bed like Steve does, but still yet I get there on the couch and I just lay there and I can't move anymore. I really don't know how. I think I was fortunate enough to get my second win. I don't know really how I was able to stay up as late as I did, helping Uncle Bill with the live stream Thursday night on Henenlotter. Because at first I didn't know even if I would be able to do it, but I like to follow through on my promises, and I told Uncle Bill that I would do that live stream and help him out. But I managed to, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed talking about the Henenlotter films with Uncle Bill, and the wackiness that is the Henenlotter legacy. You're right. Nobody does go to bed like Steve does, aside from elderly men. I still can't, even as wiped out as I've been, I still can't just go get in the bed and lay there. I still have to, relax on the couch and watch something, and just get used to things, and get settled in for the night before I can actually go to bed for good for the night. But Dirk, you say grab a couple 5 hours or start eating some coffee grounds. Well, I've been doing the energy drink thing. This is actually a Skittles C4. Of course I drank the Mountain Dews and stuff like that, but I did go to this is like the second weekend in a row that we went to have Mexican, because I keep wanting to go to the Mexican place near our neighborhood and I get a 12-ounce frozen margarita, and I got a raspberry one today. I'd gotten a blue one. Don't ask me what flavor that's supposed to be, because it's basically, to me, it's like a lime one with blue, some kind of blue coloring in it. But they're good, but the raspberry one was really good today. Bunk, you say you're signing off. I just want to say, a mid-40-year-old movie fan. I only discovered all of you folks about a year ago, but love most of your content. You're all great people. Same with Rad. Well, thank you, Bunk, and I will share your sentiments with Steve. I'm sure he will appreciate that as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Dirk, I'm going to have to do something to keep myself going. I mean, not like speed or nothing like that, but what I was getting to with the margaritas, even a 12-ounce margarita kind of makes me a little woozy, maybe because I'm not eating enough carbs with it or something like that. I'm eating, tortilla soup when I go, because they give you this gigantic bowl of tortilla soup at the Fiesta Mexicana place near our neighborhood. So I just can't pass that up. So if you like soup, I would highly recommend trying the soups at these Mexican restaurants. They all pretty much have their own way that they make them. But I'm thinking in the past couple of years or so that Fiesta Mexicana has changed their recipe or something, because it's even better than I remember it being when I first started going to the restaurant. So you want, Bunk, you want to know, what should you watch? Communion, Humanoids from the Deep, Dead Heat, or Piranha? I would probably say Humanoids from the Deep, just because that is just, to me, that is just a fun, I don't know, creature type movie that I really, really enjoyed. I mean, I haven't watched it for a little bit, but I remember really, really enjoying it. But, you know, Dead Heat's also good, and Piranha's also good. I mean, and Communion's good too. But, you know, just tonight, out of those ones that you said, I would probably go with Humanoids from the Deep. Dirk saying The Entity. Yeah, I'm sure DEADPIT would appreciate you hanging out with them for their commentary on The Entity, which I meant to ask Wes this in like a, you know, just send him a text message or something and ask him. I was, and Wes may have already answered this, but I'm just curious why they picked The Entity to do, because The Entity, I don't know. For me, that is not one I would pick for a commentary. I guess because usually Steve and I tend to try to pick things that we can just laugh along with and stuff like that. And maybe most people do laugh at the thought of Barbara Hershey's character in The Entity getting raped and beat up by a ghost or spirit or whatever you want to call it. So, okay, so Dirk was the one that picked The Entity? Okay. So was that like a Patreon pick or something? I got you. If that's the case, which that's perfectly fine. I just never have chosen it, me personally, for a commentary. I guess because I didn't find it. I found it more serious than hokey and something that you can make fun of. But that's just me. I think The Entity is supposed to be based on a true story, and whether you believe it or not, I mean, that's up to everybody's personal interpretation of the movie. Oh, thank you, Bunk. We appreciate you stopping by tonight. And, you know, on that note, guys, I am planning on doing more of my own stuff again and getting back into it. It's just the matter of getting situated at the job. And I personally, not that you guys want to keep hearing about my new job, but I personally, and I told Steve this, I think I'm just about ready to go solo as far as the help desk and being able to take tickets. And one thing I like about this job is the phone basically rings all freaking day at this place. But my supervisor on the help desk does not expect you to just bam answer the phone all the time. They will, you know, allow you to finish up what you're doing, because there's really no way on this particular job, because everybody on the help desk is working the ticket queue. And they're just grabbing what they can, and they work on them and see if they can get the issue fixed. And then sometimes they have to ask the higher ups, you know, like our supervisor or something, about how we should handle it. But with tickets coming in all the time and calls coming in all the time, and then people leave voicemails, which is great because we can attach those voicemails to the tickets and, you know, get back to them later. And the team leader told me, you know, don't overwhelm yourself. just, take the ones that you think you can handle and do those. Everybody doesn't, as far as I know, everybody's not required to do a certain number of tickets a day or anything like that. It's just, get what you can get. If there's not already a ticket created for it, you make a ticket, and then you close it whenever you get the issue figured out. And there a lot of things are like password resets and stuff like that, or they just can't get a particular program to work. But anyway, I told Steve I think I'm just about ready. And now they may have different ideas for me, but I just feel like I'm about ready to go out on my own and go solo on the help desk. I don't think I'm going to make too much of a mess of it anyway. But, like I said, they may want me to shadow for another week. I don't know. But I don't know about the rest of you guys, but like when I start getting comfortable with something and the way the process is for things like that, I do better if you just let me go out on my own and like continue to get my feet wet a little more rather than somebody hovering over me when I'm doing it, because I'll tell you, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I tend to make more mistakes because I'm nervous because somebody is looking over my shoulder all the time I'm doing this and saying, okay, what's the next step? Or what would you do in this situation? And like you're already sitting there, you've got the ticket open, you're working the ticket, and somebody's asking you questions about it. I would just rather just take a deep breath, see what the ticket says, and not have somebody pumping me. I know they want me to learn, and they want to know if they need to teach me anymore before they set me loose. I understand that. But once I get comfortable, and I feel like I'm comfortable now. At first I was overwhelmed. Now I'm starting to get in my groove and feeling comfortable with things and all that. So I would just rather be kind of left to my own devices a little bit. That doesn't mean that the supervisor can't come and ask me, so Dana, are you doing okay? How are you doing on tickets? Maybe I could show them one that I'm working on, but just the having somebody just say, okay, sit in my chair and you're going to work this ticket while they watch. That just sort of makes me more nervous, and then I'll make more mistakes, and then it's going to look like I don't know what I'm doing, is what I'm afraid of. Hey, Garrett. No, I don't think Steve's in bed yet. He's just not, he's not actively in this live stream right now. He pretty much done his part, and then he asked me if I wanted to take over for a little bit. And so I'm boring people with the exploits of my new job. So maybe it might be possible, since a couple of days next week, Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be in new employee orientation, or NEO as it's called in the business. Oh, Steve, do you want me to heat anything up for you?
No, I'm gonna think what you want.
All right. But since I'll be in that training for a couple of days next week, maybe I'll feel energetic enough to do my own live stream on something for my own channel. So, actually, Garrett, you probably heard me just talking to Steve. I was pretty much asking him if he wanted me to heat him up some pizza or something, because Steve got us Wick's Pizza last night, and but we went for Mexican for lunch, and I think he's still kind of full from the Mexican that we had, but I don't envision him being up too much longer. I'll be honest with you guys. he's getting ready next week to go on 4 10-hour days, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then he'll have Friday off next week for Derby or whatever. But anyway, that's going to be rough for him because he's not getting up earlier. He's going in at the same time, but he's going to have to be there for 10 hours each day for 4 days to get his 40 hours for that week. So that's going to be pretty rough for him. But what's really going to be rough for him is there's a girl, or not a girl, a woman who pretty much takes a vacation every summer for a week or two. And her family is in Argentina, and she goes to visit her family. So guess who's going to have to work her night shift when she goes on vacation? We would imagine Steve is. Because there's another guy, but this guy comes in late and leaves early, and Steve says he doesn't do anything while he's there, so does he, Steve?
He does some things, but not enough.
Well, Steve says most of the time he sleeps and plays on his phone, plays annoying music, and maybe plays a game on there, I don't know. But, I tell you what, the people in my office don't sleep. I mean, not when they're, actively supposed to be doing stuff. Now, that kid, one guy, David, and say that he, during lunch, he'll put earbuds or something in. He just leans back, closes his eyes, and goes to sleep. Red, I don't know if I would call both of those good movies. Well, maybe Communion more so than Invaders from Mars. Invaders from Mars is a Tobe Hooper joint, but I guess it's just kind of fun and kind of hokey and stuff. And then Communion is more of a serious type of alien abduction type film based on, I believe, Whitley Strieber's experience, supposedly his experience with an alien encounter. The writer Whitley Strieber, who also wrote the book of the same name. Well, she said, we launched a new billing system at work this weekend. It's been a nightmare. I basically slept all day today to try to recover, LOL. I completely understand that, Wes, and probably we're going to be changing locations about September, whereas right now the IT department and human resources and retail or deposit ops or whatever they call it at the bank is situated in the 435 building downtown. And it literally is called the 435 building. It has a blue sign out there that says 435 building. It doesn't say anything about Stockyards Bank and Trust or anything like that. So, anyway, the word going around is that they're going to move way out a little bit past Middletown. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Louisville area, but Middletown's way out there from us anyway. We actually, there's a branch library out there, out that way. They actually have a new location, which I went and did inventory earlier in the year, or maybe late last year, maybe. But anyways, that's beside the point. But anyway, this is going to be in the East Point Parkway area. And again, if you're not familiar with Louisville, you're probably going to be like, huh? But anyway, it's way, way out there. And, I mean, it'll be good to get out of downtown on one hand. Because the area I'm in, where the 435 building is not a really great area of downtown. Now, when I was working for the library system, when I got off the bus, I just basically walk down 4th Street. Now, I'm not telling you that you're not going to encounter homeless people or supposedly homeless people that will ask you for money on 4th Street, because they always did. But the thing about 4th Street is it's got 4th Street Live. You know, there's all these restaurants, and there's usually hustle and bustle going on 4th Street. On the other hand, I have to walk down South Jackson Street to get to the 435 building where I'm working now, and it's a lot seedier looking of an area. There's basically apartment complexes and stuff like that, and this poor guy, an older gentleman with a walker and stuff, he didn't catch me one day, but Friday, I think it was Friday, he caught me. He was already on my side of the street. And the poor man was going to tell me his whole life story, I think. And then he finally got around to asking me for money. And I said, "I'm sorry, sir." I said, "I'd like to help you, but I don't have any cash on me." And he said, "Do you have any coins?" And I lied and said that I didn't, and I was sorry. But that's one thing you don't want to be doing in a big city, especially in an area where there's not a lot of people around. Is to be digging in your purse trying to find coins to give to this guy, because number one, the guy's going to keep asking you if you get, and he'll probably keep asking me anyway, even though I didn't give him any. And plus, if these other people see you give somebody else money, guess what? They're going to hit you up every single time you come down there, because they're going to want money. Plus, somebody's liable to try to rob you for for any little bit of change that you got. And I just rather not put myself out there that way. So, I just tell them I don't have any cash, I don't have any coins, I don't have anything. And then I usually go on my way. And I know that sounds cold, and I so much wanted to be able to help people when I first moved here, but it's become abundantly clear that you can't, just because somebody has a sign that says they're homeless, or they tell you they're homeless, or they give you a hard luck story, that does not necessarily mean that that's so, because we all know there's panhandlers that are living in mansions somewhere, and they put their raggedy clothes on and go out and stand on a street corner every day begging for money, and they're living the high life. And I'm living the normal life, and I'm not going to support somebody's habit, for one thing. Like if they're a drug habit, if they're a addict or something, I'm not going to support that habit. And I'm also not going to allow somebody that could be living just like I am and be comfortable, but no, they want to, steal money from people like in an underhanded way, and then go live bigger and better than anybody else that's giving them money. No, I'm not doing that. Also, I heard the guys, some of the guys that I work with, I mean, there's women that I work with as well, but I just happened to be, helping out one of the guys, and went to another location. When we came back, somebody, one of the other guys was standing out there, and then another guy came over, and they were just talking, and they were talking about finding human excrement on that street. And I'm like, oh boy, now I'm going to have to watch where I step, because it's one thing that, you don't want to step in dog crap, but I definitely don't want to step in human crap. So, and then they also said there were 2 girls one day, or women, behind the fence there near the 435 building changing clothes. And I don't know what that was all about, but whatever. Donnie, you say, what was your favorite era of DEADPIT, Dana? Mine was the 2012, Ollie, where they did those crazy skits about Joel Shapiro, Dial H for Horror. Well, I was, I wasn't one of the real early fans of DEADPIT. I mean, I was earlier on, but they had been. It was the end of 2008 before I discovered DEADPIT. And so they had been doing things since '05, '06. So I was a little, slightly delayed on listening to them. But I don't know. I pretty much liked all the eras. I mean, they all had their interesting parts, their funny parts, or I just I don't know. I had Donnie. I have a hard time picking an era. I'm probably not the best person to ask that. Red, you say pretending to talk on the phone or speed walking always works for me. Yeah, actually, I did speed walk past the guy that one day, and I know that sounds mean, but he was on the other side of the street, and I just prayed to the good Lord up above that he did not get out in traffic and get hit, because he was trying to make it over to my side of the street, and I just kind of acted like I didn't know what he was talking about. He was hollering, ma'am, ma'am, and I knew that he was more than likely going to ask me for money. I wish there was somebody that could watch out for these poor people. I really do. Because not only are some of these people homeless, but they also have mental health issues. And they might just start screaming at you or anything. One lady started screaming at me a few years back. And I thought she was in trouble, and I asked her if she needed help, and she started screaming at me about something. And I just got the hell out of there, because I didn't want to be on the receiving end of whatever wrath she was going to impose on somebody. So yeah, I have a greater understanding of why people walk around with earbuds in all the time when they're walking somewhere in downtown Louisville. So let's see. Well, she said all I'd be helping them do is drink liquor. More than likely that, and cigarettes or drugs. One of the two. And I'm not putting down anybody that drinks or smokes cigarettes or anything. I'm just saying that primarily that's usually what's going on there. They're not wanting to get food. They're not wanting to get something warm to drink in the middle of the winter. Some of them probably are legitimately wanting that or needing that. But it is very hard to discern between somebody that's panhandling and somebody that actually needs the help, sadly. TJ, you say, I barely want to talk to people I know on the street. Haha, sure, I feel bad for people, but yeah, you never know if it's safe or not out there. You certainly don't. And this is like the first really big place I've ever lived. I'm a country girl through and through. If you can't tell by my accent, you would definitely know if you met me and were around me for any length of time talking to me. I'm not a big city girl by any stretch of the imagination. And even though I've been in Louisville for 9 years, well, not quite 9 years. In June, it'll be 9 years. But I just don't think I will ever be a Louisville person. I'm still going to be that little girl from Hancock County that, played with toad frogs and crawfish and stuff like that when she was a kid, and play with my dogs, and this place, even though I love Steve and I want to be with him, I'm never going to be able to call Louisville home, because it just isn't home for me. I mean, our home, Steve and I, the house we live in, that's home, but Louisville will never be home to me. Um, my home will always be back in little old Hancock County. Carnegie said the local homeless guy by me pulled up to his shift of standing on the corner driving a tricked out pickup that was worth about 3 times as much as my new Hyundai. Yeah, I mean, it literally, that kind of stuff happens all the time. Seriously, Wes, you think I've lost my accent quite a bit since I moved here? Or moved to Louisville? I don't think I have, especially when I hear my voice on a recording or something, or if I, hear myself on one of my live streams. I still detect the accent. But something that's been comforting to me, and you guys might think this is odd, but like when I worked for the library system, I didn't really hear people with that Kentucky twang or whatever to their voice. People just seem so much more sophisticated and worldly. Not that the people at Stockyards Bank and Trust are dumb. They're certainly not dumb people. Especially the people that the other people that work in IT, and even the people are in deposit ops and all that, and loan operations and retail and whatever else you could. They have so many different departments, but it's comforting to me to hear that Kentucky twang or that Southern twang to a lot of the people's voices at the bank. Dylan, one of the he's only 22 years old, one of the help desk techs. I can hear it in his voice, and it's so friendly and so comforting, and I've heard it in several other people's voices that work for the bank. So I don't know why I didn't really hear it at the library, unless people were just not coming from areas that I was familiar with. Maybe at the bank there's more people from areas where I hear that, like I said, that Kentucky twang. Red, you say, do you two ever do just movie reviews? If you're talking about Steve and I don't think I ever, me personally, I don't think I ever just do movie reviews. I basically get on here and a lot of times I like to have a theme so I don't sound like I'm just throwing random shit out there like I am tonight. I'm just throwing different stuff out there and seeing what sticks. But a lot of times I will have a theme and I try to stick to said theme with my own personal live streams. But I think sometimes, even Steve doesn't just do movie reviews, because he'll do a movie review, but then he'll talk about things that are what's on sale at the different places where we all buy movies and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, would that be something, Red, that you would be more interested in? Is for somebody to just do straight reviews of movies, or do you like it to be like a mix and match? Because I like to hear what other people's ideas are. Oh, you're talking about like just recording a thing and uploading it later. Now, I used to do a lot of that, but now I guess I've just got on the live stream train, and I don't know. I enjoy the ability to interact with people. You don't really get to interact with people as much when you do a video and then you just upload it. I may, in the future just kind of like add a few like reviews or something like that to, excuse me, this energy drink's getting to me. I may try to do that here and there. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is going to have to wait until I get more acclimated to my new job, where I'm just not so wiped out, and maybe I can devote more time and attention to my YouTube channel and seeing what else I can add and all that. I'm not sure when the last time Steve actually done something where he pre-recorded it and then uploaded it. Actually, I don't think either one of us has done much of that here in the last few months or so. But I don't know. I'm still. I know it's getting close to 8 o'clock. And usually around 8 o'clock I try to get off of here because then it's time to start settling down for the night and letting you guys get settled down for the night, or getting geared up for this entity commentary that DEADPIT's going to be doing here soon. Let's see. I was trying to think if they're... since Steve said, I was talking about that LA AIDS jabber, I'm actually, the next time I talk about shot on video movies, this one's actually listed in my Analog Nightmares book, so I probably will talk about that. Here comes Brandon. I actually want to watch a few more, and I'm doing these shot on video things in kind of little chunks. Because I don't want to sit on there for 5 hours or something talking about, shot on video movies. I want to do, 3, maybe 3 or so, and then I'll wait a little bit and do 3 or more. But I am intrigued that Steve said that there's going to be a syringe that comes with this movie, so I may just have to buy it just on the basis of that. Yes, Darren, thank you for bringing that up, because, I don't even, I'm proud of the show and I have fun with it, but I kind of, that just goes over my head, it seems like. It's the fact that we actually review the films on Eurocult. So, yes, that is correct. Back from Hell from 1993, Jack Frost. I don't know if I recall that movie or not. Steve? Do you remember a movie, Back from Hell from 1993? Okay, somebody was asking about that. So I guess me or Steve doesn't recall that one. Sorry about that, Jack Frost. I actually wanted Steve to do a commentary with me this weekend, but I think sadly the time has come and gone for that. He's not going to do one starting at 8 o'clock, and he's definitely not going to do one tomorrow. So that might have to wait for another weekend. You can't remember if it's shot on video, but it may have been. I'll have to look into that, because my Analog Nightmares book should cover 1993 films. You say it's about as cheap as you can get, but a very interesting watch. And certainly if it is in the Analog Nightmares book, I will try to search it out to watch it, because I eventually want to cover all of the films that are in the Analog Nightmares book, which covers shot on video horror from the 80s into the 90s, which I guess was probably the heyday of the shot on video films. But I think maybe I'm going to give it a couple more minutes until around 8 o'clock, and then I'm probably going to have Steve cut this thing off because I think I've rambled on probably long enough. But if y'all got anything to ask me or comment on or suggestions for a future live stream, you can bring that up. Blair, you say, what's your favorite Halloween sequel? My favorite Halloween sequel, and I assume we're talking about the John Carpenter Halloween and the sequels following that, because those are probably really the only ones I could speak about. But you guys are probably gonna laugh when I say this, but Halloween 2 is probably my favorite Halloween sequel out of all of them that come out. Now, I have ones that I like better than others along the way, but when you say what's my favorite Halloween sequel, I would have to say Halloween 2. Even though John Carpenter did not direct that one, Rick Rosenthal directed it, and they were kind of demanding extra gore and stuff, or extra blood, or what have you. And I don't think John Carpenter was really fond of that, and I don't think John Carpenter really had an interest in directing Halloween 2. I still appreciate it for what it is, and Jamie Lee Curtis returned and all that stuff. So, and theoretically, it's supposed to take place in the same night as the original Halloween, which is interesting as well. Jack Frost, you say the Analog Nightmares book looks like an interesting book. It is. It was actually one of the best books I could find on shot on video horror movies. And my plan is to eventually watch every one of the movies that are listed in that book. So if you're interested in shot on video horror and interested in finding a really good list of shot on video horror to watch, I think this will probably be your best bet, because I've said this before and I'll bring it up again. When I first started this little mini project of trying to watch all these shot on video horror movies, I was trying to find lists on the internet, and I kept coming up with lists that would have some shot on video horror, but then Steve would catch me watching one, and he'd say, that's not shot on video horror, that was shot on film. So I just kind of give up on finding a complete list on the internet that was correct, and ended up researching to see what kind of books I could get, and the Analog Nightmares seemed like the best book, especially for the price. Jack Frost, I do believe they may be in there. I thought I remembered seeing that. Texas, you said, what about a Halloween and cruising crossover? Oh my. That actually, Texas, that would be interesting. But do you guys have anything else you'd like to bring up, comment on, suggest, etc.? Because it is now 8:01. I'll give you a few more seconds or so. Well, now it's 8:02. But I think I'm going to give Steve a holler and have him come in here to cut this thing off. But I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit. I know I'm not quite as lively as I usually am when I do these things. I'm a little more livelier than I was last week, which is a good thing. But yeah, y'all hung in there with me, and I do appreciate it. And I hope to be doing something on my own channel here shortly. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something tomorrow evening. You have a great night too, Blair, and thank you. We always appreciate you guys coming in here. You have a good one too, Darren. Hey, Steve, you want to come cut this thing off? Oh, you're welcome, Texas. We enjoy doing them, and you are very welcome, Jack Frost. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye, everybody. Me and my booty shorts in the bag.
Morgan McGarvey for Congress, I believe.